Hi, my name is Lisa Soland, and I am the senior editor of Climbing Angel Publishing. And today I have the pleasure of interviewing a new writer. She's not new to me, but she's going to be a little bit new to you, Bette Reed Smith. And she's got her new book out. It's her first children's book published, entitled PERUSHA'S Paradise. And we're going to join her on a couple of YouTube videos here and share with you what Betty's been up to with her writing. How you doing today, Bette?
I'm doing okay. How about you?
It's really something, isn't it, when you finally get that book in your hands and you're off and running?
I know.
Now listen, everybody, here it is. That's her book. And the best way to love a writer is to buy the book from the writer, because she's going to autograph it for you. She's going to sign it to you specifically and mail it to you, right? So keep that in mind while you're listening to Betty's story, which is an awesome one. She's been all over the country. She ended up meeting me, and we got into some writing trouble together, didn't we, Bette?
Yes, a lot of writing, and it's really thanks to you. I was planning to take the class as an actor, and Lisa encouraged me to write something. So I did, and it went over really well, and I kept taking the class. So yes, that's how PERUSHA'S Paradise came out.
Paradise, yeah. I don't know how many years later, but Betty's talking about the All Original Playwright Workshop that we had so much fun. I ran it in Los Angeles for 10 years, and Bette had just moved to LA as to pursue her acting career. And she was walking by the Tamarind Theater on Franklin Avenue, if I recall.
Yes, on Franklin.
She saw the sign that there was going to be a playwright workshop there. She thought, what the heck? And she ended up taking the workshop and started to, she came in as an actor, which many of them did. And she ended up writing plays for the theater.
Yes.
But, it was quite a few sessions after that. We were even in another theater in the Valley, I think.
I think it was actually the one on Las Palmas in Hollywood.
Yes, and you brought in this story. Were you thinking of turning it into a play? Was that it?
Yes, I was writing. Well, I had been doing a children's performance called Dragon, Dragon by John Gardner, in which he was an author, very prolific author that had written for the New York. Well, he didn't write for the New York Times, but his books were in the New York Times bestsellers list. And his Dragon, Dragon was a wonderful story, and it just lent to a performance. So I thought I could write a performance of PERUSHA'S Paradise, which was kind of in the same genre. It's a classic fairy tale with the king and the queen and the princess, and the antagonist is Bob the bully. And so they have a contest to rid the kingdom of this bully. And so I was going to do it as a performance piece. However, it didn't work out as well as Dragon, Dragon did. I didn't plan times to change characters and all of that. And so I kind of let it go by the wayside until this past class that I took last February. And Lisa suggested that I write it into a book because she was publishing children's books. And I did, and it worked out really well as a book.
It's a great book. It's a great book. So basically what inspired it was this original performance piece written by this other playwright.
Yes, and also the fact that I had been a teacher for 31 years, and kids would come to me that said, so-and-so is bullying me, they're calling me names, and I basically took the route that my grandmother and mother had used was sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Until I've been watching the news programs where many of the children that have grown up as victims of bullying have turned to violence as they go beyond puberty. And I thought we really need to take this problem seriously. So that inspired me to write this particular book. And in the book, there are topics for discussion where the adults, teachers, and other peers can talk about this problem and what their solution would be. What happened with Bob the bully doesn't really tell you. It's kind of a mystery. And that's fun too, because I have found that kids can solve the mystery as to the real identity of the person that dealt with Bob the bully better than adults. Adults will say to me, well, who was this person? And that there are actually three: Hank the hunk, Brad the brain, and Larry the listener. And there's a mystery involved, but it's a lot of fun. And there are also other topics for discussion, such as everybody in the story has an alliterative name. I don't know if alliterative is a word, but they're alliterations. Bob the bully, Beulah the beautician, Carl the castle keeper, all of them have alliterations for their names.
Yeah. And
there's a topic for discussion where the students, the children, can find a noun or an adjective that starts with the same letter or same sound as their name, and then take that sound off, and what would their name sound like? So it's fun.
That is so much fun. Now, I just want to say that the book is a regular book, that those kingly topics for discussion isn't until the end. And that's just there if the book is read in a community of people, which I think is great, because it's just ideas for discussion if there's people that are sitting around reading it together. It's such a great idea. I just loved it, but it does deal with the topic of bullying. And it's nice to know that this author, Bette Reed Smith, was concerned about that, and we all should be. So we'll end this first portion of the interview. We hope you join us for the second and third, and we'll see you soon. Thank you, Bette.
Thank you.